Hello again. All right, so this one we're going over y'all's CBA. So I'm going to try to get through this quickly. There's 10 questions. I'm just going to go over all of it with you so y'all know exactly how to work everything out. Starting with number 1. Okay, so Ms. Collins made a scatter plot to show the relationship between the number of absences a student in her classes has. The number of absences a student in her class has and the student's final exam score. Based on this scatter plot, approximately what score should a student with 6 absences expect to receive on the final exam? So, the number of absences is on our x-axis and the exam score is on our y-axis. This one is, okay, so it says for 6 absences. So we have our 6 lands right here. So if we follow up here, our dot should be somewhere around here, right? This is a negative linear trend. So our dots should fall along there. Let's look at our answer choices. So based on this scatter plot, what score should a student with 6 absences expect to receive on the final exam? For A, we have 65. Now 65 is right here. And going across here, that would be incorrect because that is not where our scatter plot dot would fall. Now, looking at B, this is all a process of elimination here. 92. So the exam score at 92 would fall somewhere around here. That is not where I have it circled. That is not where our number of absences would fall because that wouldn't be a linear. So we can go ahead and cross that out. For C, 67. 67 would be about right here, somewhere under 30. So it's almost like, it's basically like A, okay? It's also going to fall in this area. That is incorrect. For D, we have 76. 76, would you look at that? It falls right into where we had already marked. So our answer for number 1 is going to be D, 76. Number 2, moving on. Triangle ABC was translated 2 units to the right and 3 units down. Which rule describes the translation that was applied to triangle ABC to create triangle, quote unquote, ABC, our new triangle, but it's still technically the same triangle. Well, it is the same triangle. So, looking at our answer choices, I'll go ahead and say that whenever we move to the right, it's going to be a positive. Whenever we move to the left, it's a negative. And whenever we go up, it's a positive. Whenever we go down, it is a negative. So it was translated 2 units to the right. So we have a positive 2 here, right? Because we moved it to the right. And then 3 units down. Whenever we go down, we have a negative. So it's a negative 3. Looking at our answer choices for A, x negative 3 and y positive 2, we would think that that could possibly be correct, but no, that is wrong because our 2 needs to come first because our 2 is going to be the x because we're moving along the x-axis. Whenever we move along the x-axis, it's going to be this way. Whenever we move along the right axis, it's going to be up and down. So A is incorrect. We'll look at B, x plus 2, positive 2, and y minus 3, negative 3. That would be our answer. If you want to go ahead and look at C and D, go ahead. 2x and negative 3y, incorrect. Okay? Negative 3x and 2y, no, we don't want to use that. So, therefore, B is our answer. Okay, so number 3. Olivia will deposit, I'll go ahead and pull this out. Okay, Olivia will deposit $15.30 in an account that earns a 6% simple interest every year. Her sister Melinda will deposit $15,000 in an account that earns 8% interest compounded annually. The deposits will be made on the same day and no additional money will be deposited or withdrawn from the accounts. Which statement about the balances of Olivia's account and Melinda's account at the end of 3 years is true? So we'll go ahead and erase this stuff so I can zoom in on that a little bit for y'all to make it easier. Go ahead and pull this in a little bit closer. Okay, so erase that. Okay, so whenever we are working out this problem, basically we need to, they're each going to earn a little amount of money because they've deposited money into their account. So to find this, so starting off with Olivia's, she has 1530, right? And hold on one second. Let me pull out my calculator here. Times 0.06. Okay, that is Olivia's. I'm going to put an O here for Olivia. And then for Melinda, we have 15,000 times her interest is 8%, so it's 0.08, and that's Melinda. So we work both of these out. I'll go ahead and start with Olivia's. 1530 times 0.06 is 91.8. Okay, now we go to Melinda's. We have 1500 times 0.08, and that equals, I'm going to put it over here, 120. Now we have to multiply these by 3 because remember, it's at the end of 3 years. So we multiply both of these by 3. Okay, so starting with Olivia's, 91.8 times 3 is 275.4. Okay, and then we go to Melinda's. I'm going to put it down here. 120 times 3 is 360. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and erase, make some room here since y'all should already have this written down. I'm sure y'all are doing it. I would hope that you are doing it. We're going to move our work back under the question. So we have 275.4 for Olivia and 360 for Melinda. So we need to see the difference between the accounts. We have 360 and 275.4. The difference, whenever we're finding the difference, we just need to subtract. Okay, so we got 360 minus 275.4, which is 84.6. So looking at our options here, obviously Melinda had more money, right? Melinda's account has more. She had 360, Olivia had 275. So right off the bat, we're going to go ahead and cross out anything that has to do with Olivia because her account does not have anything more than Melinda's. Now going to C, Melinda's account will have about $5.40 more than Olivia's account. This is incorrect because it's $84.6. Mark that out. Melinda's account will have about $84.17 more than Olivia's account. It's not right on the dot. The answer that we were given or that we have come up with is not 84.17, but it's very close. It's 84.6. And yes, Melinda's account has more money than Olivia's. So D is your answer for that one. Go ahead and erase all of this that we have, and then we'll move on to number 4. Okay. So, number 4, look at the triangle below. The smallest angle is x, the largest angle is 3 times the smallest, and angle C is twice the smallest angle. In ABC, find the measure of angle B. So this sounds pretty wordy. Everything's kind of jumbled together in words whenever we're looking at this. Nothing to worry about. It's a little stressful, but it's easier than what you think. Every triangle equals 180 degrees, right? So whenever we look at it this way, okay, we have 3 angles here, right? So we have 3x plus 2x plus x equals 180. All of these angles, no matter what we do, is going to equal 180, no matter what. So we're going to go ahead and add all of these x's together, okay? We have 3x plus 2x, which is 5x, plus another x is 6x. So we have 6x equals 180. So whenever we need to get the x by itself. Right now we're trying to find angle A, which is x. So we divide by 6 on both sides, cancel out the 6 here. We have the x by itself. X equals, let's see here, 180 divided by 6 is 30. All right, so x equals 30. We know that x equals 30, okay? But looking back at the question, find the measure of angle B. Angle B is 3 times, the largest angle is 3 times the smallest. So we don't even need to find C because it's 3 times the smallest. We already have our smallest, it's 30. So in order to work this out, if it's 3 times the smallest, our smallest is 30, we just do 30 times 3, and that equals 90. So therefore, our largest angle, or B, equals 90. Our answer is A. Cool. All right. I'm trying to move along as swiftly as possible, so stay with me here. Also, my iPad is on 12%, so I really hope that it's not going to die on me. Okay. So, number 5. Which measurements could not represent the side lengths of a right triangle? Pythagorean theorem. Alright, that's what we're going to use here. Y'all remember how to do that? A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Okay, so for A example, 6 squared plus 8 squared equals 10 squared. You just need to see if these are going to be true or not. So we have 6 squared, 6 times 6 is 36, plus 8 squared, 8 times 8 is 64, equals 10 squared, which is 100, 10 times 10. 36 plus 64 does equal 100. So A is correct, therefore that is wrong, because we're trying to find the one that does not represent the side lengths of a right triangle. Okay, so we've already crossed out A. Moving on to B. We have 12 squared plus 35 squared equals 37 squared. All right, so 12 squared. 12 times 12 is 144, plus 35 squared. 35 times 35 is 1,225, equals 37 squared. So 37 times 37 is 1369. Now you add those together, 144 plus 1,200, and 25, that equals 1369. So that is also correct. We can mark that out because that also works. Now C, 4 squared plus 6 squared equals 10 squared. Okay, 4 squared. 4 times 4 is 16. 6 squared. 6 times 6 is 36. And then 10 squared is 100. 16 plus 36 equals 52. So 52 equals 100. 52 equals 100. That is incorrect. Our answer is C. You could go ahead and work D out if you would like to, but I'm not going to, because y'all should probably know how to do this by what I just did. Alright, So, let's go on. Now we go to number 6. Okay, a ball shaped like spear has a radius of 2.7 centimeters. Which measurement is closest to the volume of the ball in cubic centimeters? Notice how the question says which measurement is closest. So that means that your answer is probably not going to be spot on, but that's okay. Which answer is closest? So, in order to find this, we need to know what our formula is, and I have it right here. So our formula to find volume for a sphere is volume equals 4/3 pi radius cubed. Okay, that's our formula. So our radius is 2.7 centimeters. We just need to plug that in. So we have 4/3 times pi, or 3.14, times 2.7 cubed. Okay, so looking at your calculator, hopefully you are using a calculator, 2.7 cubed, which means basically we're going to multiply 2.7 together or by itself 3 times. So 2.7 times 2.7 times 2.7 equals 19.683. Okay, I'm going to move on, I'm going to kind of write around because I don't have that much room and I'm not going to erase everything. So just know that I'm working on number 6 whenever I do this. All right, so 2.7 cubed is 19.683. Okay, now we have all the numbers that we need. I could erase this and put 19.683. Okay, we just need to multiply all this together and you'll get your answer. If you don't know how to multiply 4/3, you could always do 4 divided by 3, which equals 1.3333 infinitively. So we could do 1.33 instead of this, times 3.14 times 3.14 times 19.683. And that gives us 82.4 or something along those lines. Whenever we multiply all those together, 82.4 is our answer. So which of our answer choices is the closest to that? A, no. B, no. C, no. D is 82.45. So D is our answer. Uh-oh. Okay. Yes. All right, number 7. The bases of 2 similar triangular prisms shown below are equilateral triangles. What is the value of x and edge length of the large prism in centimeters? X. We're trying to find x. This is also cross multiplication. Very easy, okay? We could go, so this is our x, this is a y, and this is a y, right? So to set this up, we'll put the x on top, right? So we'll do this together first. Our x on top, we have 11.2 over 2.8. 2.8 equals x, which is what we're looking for, over 7. Cross multiplication. So we have 11.2 times 7, which is going to be 78.4, okay, equals 2.8 times x is 2.8x. So we need to get the x by itself once again. So in order to do that, we're going to divide both sides by 2.8. So that's going to cancel that out. So now we have x equals 78.4 divided by 2.8 is 28. X equals 28. That's our answer. All right. We are almost done here. All right, so number 8. The mass of a textbook is approximately 0.00165 metric ton. How is this number written in scientific notation? I already have a video over this, so if y'all ever get lost, you can go to that video or you can come back to this one. Scientific notation is really easy. We always need to have one digit to the left of the decimal point, okay? So I'll write this out, 0.00165. We need to have one digit to the left of the decimal point. So we go 1, 2, 3. We need the 1 to the left. So we move 3 spaces. That's a -3. And then we have our new number, 1.65. So 1.65. This is not a 1.65. This is not a 1.65. And this is not a 1.65. Our answer is B. 1.65 times 10 to the -3 because we moved 3 spaces. Number 9. The scatter plot below shows the dress sizes and retail costs from a local department store, which best describes the trend shown in the scatter plot. Okay, no math here, you just need to know your scatter plots. A, nonlinear trend. This is incorrect because a nonlinear trend, if we're looking at, look to the left of where I'm writing, this is a graph, okay? A nonlinear trend is a trend where the dots, the scatter plot is all over the place. There's really no direction where it's going, okay? For this graph, we can see that there is a direction we're going, okay? The dots might be a little scattered, but that's why it's called a scatter plot, okay? But we are moving up positively. So, moving on with that, what I just said, that means that B is going to be wrong as well. Because if we had B, a negative trend, it would be going down like this, okay? So, C, constant trend, that is also wrong. A constant trend is whenever we have a graph and the scatter plot, or our numbers are moving constantly along the same line. It's just a straight line across, okay? D is our last answer choice left, and it is correct. It's a linear trend. Linear means that there is a direction. So this is technically a positive linear trend, but linear trend is also correct, okay? All right. So our last question, number 10. The two lines graphed on the coordinate grid each represent an equation. Which ordered pair represents a solution to both equations? For this, whenever we have a question asking this, we just need to see where the two lines meet up. That is it. Don't pay attention to any other number that's on here. You don't need to look at this. 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 Those numbers are just there to give you an idea of where the points are on the graph, but really they can kind of throw you off, so don't pay attention to them. We have our two lines here, right? And you see where they connect, right in the center. All right, so if we're looking at that point, we need to start with our x-axis, okay? This is our x, this is our y up top. If we look at our x-axis, where the point meets, it's to the left and it's -2, okay? Remember, x, y, our x always goes first, okay? So our x is -2, and then if we go up to see where the point meets, it's at a +1, okay? So our point meets at -2 and +1, and that gives us our answer B. Okay, and that's the end of this video. If y'all have any questions, please ask me or ask Miss Brewer, and we can help y'all with it. But that's the end of the CBA. So any questions, just let us know.